Okay, good afternoon, class. Just got in from recess, ready to learn, ready to do some history? Yes. Okay. So we read in our ELA class today, we read a book called Balloons Over Broadway. And we're going to be writing a story in ELA about other holiday traditions that people celebrate around the world and what kind of things they do for that. So, to stem off of this book, we are going to do some research of ourselves, for ourselves. So, in this book, it talked about different cultures in the parade. So, we are going to be doing more research about different cultures around the world. So we are going to find information about that culture. We are going to I have some books here about flags. So we can look at these and look at the flags that go with the different cultures. I have 4 of these books that we can use, different things like that. And then I have a book here about kites. What do you think we're going to do with this book? Make a kite? That's a good guess. Yes. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So similar to the parade and the floats in the parade that the people made, we're going to do that, but not as big as that. So we're going to make a kite. A kite comes off of a string, and you're going to do your research on the culture, and then you're going to create a kite that represents that culture. So we're going to use different items. We have some fabric, some paper, we have glue, scissors, different things, and we're going to be able to create something that represents that culture. So you might want to, look up the flag and use the colors, white, red, and green. Use the colors on your kite to represent the flag. You're going to put different things on your kite that represent the culture. So say if making clay pots is something that's really popular, you might get a little graphic of clay and put it on there. Making jewelry is part of that culture, maybe putting some jewelry on there. Different things you're going to put on there to represent that culture. So if I was going to make a kite that represented me, my culture, I would probably paint it because I like to paint. I would probably make it purple because that's my favorite color. I would put sunflowers on it because that's my favorite flower. I would maybe sew some things to it because I like to sew, and do some drawings because I like to draw. Different things like that. Maybe put, a picture of my son because I love my son. Pictures of my family, things like that. That would be describing me. We're not describing ourselves. We are describing another culture, but this is what, that's just an example of what we would be doing for another culture. So we can take a look at any of these books, all sorts of things. So you are going to find at least two websites with information, and you're going to cite at least 2 books. So I have 4 books here about flags that you can use. If you want to find another book about a culture, that's fine. We can go to the library and do that also. You might want to use some of the books that you checked out for ELA. Those might have some good information in them. They might not, but they might. Never know. So right now, we're just going to group up and take a look at these books a little bit. and come up with some ideas. And when you are ready, I'm going to hand out some scratch paper for you to create your sketch. Okay? So you're going to sketch out your flag, and then you're going to write the things about your culture on the back side of your sketch. You're going to have 3 topics and a couple details under each of those topics. Okay, you can list it out in list form. You don't have to write it in paragraph form, but I want you to list that out on the back of it so that I know, why did you put that star on there, or why did you put that jewelry on there, or why did, I want to know why did you put those on there. So I want to see the facts listed on the back of your sketch. Okay, so I'm going to pass these out so we can look at these. So here's a book. We'll do a book over here. This group of tables. And this group of tables can share this book. And this last group of tables can share this book. Okay, so I just want you to look at things, get familiar with it, kind of decide what culture you want to look into, look at their flags, see what you want to do with it, okay? Okay, let's get started.